I'm
I
sorry.
wrote in person. I don't write in person unless I tell them you have to come in person.
Oh, I do have the sticky note in her handwriting.
I
That
don't
she
care
did
what she
tell
said.
me I
I'm
could.
telling you what I said, and I said in person. I didn't
Okay.
say you could appear by Zoom. If I'd have said Zoom, you could appear by Zoom, I would have written it down. So you're sick with what?
The flu.
Did
Reasons
you
is
bring who you
unbeknownst to me.
guys need to bring to prove your case? I mean, listen to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Who?
right here.
Well, wait a minute. Slow down a second. Is she a licensed mechanic?
No, but she talked to him on the phone, so she can tell you what he said to her.
Did you? Hang on.
I had one.
Hang on.
He's joining now.
All right. Jefferson Capital Systems LLC versus James Wood 2600677. All right, Mr. Fanto, good morning. Your appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Fanto on behalf of Mr. Wood, and I apologize for my appearance, Judge. I didn't have this in my book, and I'm somewhere else. So.
Well, we might not have sent the notice, is what I was told accidentally. She said something about you not filing an appearance. I don't know, but anyway, no worries. Ms. Martinez, your name?
Berenice Martinez.
Am I just giving you guys dates today, or am I?
Yes, please.
All right. So I will go ahead. Your P number 85282. And Mr. Fantil, you're a little bit of a dinosaur like me too, right?
I'm a lot of bit of a dinosaur.
34118. Boy, you must have got, what'd you get out in 82?
Yes.
Jeez. Where's it gone, huh?
Yeah,
June the 18th, or July the 18th is discovery cutoff. All motions have to be filed and heard not later than 20 days before the trial date. Nobody demanded a jury. There will be no settlement conference. I'm putting down 1/2 hour. Witness list due June 18th. So again, witness list due June 18th, discovery cutoff July 18th. You don't have to file a trial brief. If you choose to file it, it has to be filed in exchange not later than 7 days before the trial date. I'm giving you August the 24th.
Your Honor, if I can, can we go to September 1st, please? We've got quite a few on the 24th right now.
That's all right. Nah, we can do this.
Okay, all right.
At 10:30. You guys, I usually let overrule me, but I'm gonna overrule you on this one. So we'll do August the 24th. Anything else, Mr. Fanto?
Nothing for Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Martinez?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You guys have a great day. Thank you very much. Nice to have you here, Ms. Martinez.
Thank
you.
Bye.
I'm sorry. City Bank versus Scott Kane. 2600566 GC.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tiffany Palmer on behalf of plaintiff P number 74809 for the record.
Good morning, Ms. Palmer and Mr. Kane. Your name, please.
Good morning. It's Scott Kane.
Did you guys resolve this, Ms. Palmer?
We did, yes, and we just want to put the settlement on the record.
Sure.
Great, Your Honor. So we have agreed to settle this in the total amount of $2,350.15, which is comprised of what we call principal damages of $2,108.93, a filing fee of $75, a service fee of $71.22, a motion fee of $20, and a statutory attorney fee of $75. We are not seeking post-judgment interest. We have also agreed to enter into a payment plan in which Mr. Kane has agreed to pay $200 a month starting on June 15th. And thereafter, the 15th of the month, until that total of $50.15 is paid in full. We have also discussed that we are prohibited from a periodic garnishment, but we are permitted to do a non-periodic garnishment, even with being on a payment plan. So we discussed that as well. And we discussed—
Wait a minute. So you guys are actually going to still garnish you still reserve the right to garnish wages with this installment payment order? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I said we won't do a we won't do a periodic.
You reserve the right to garnish tax returns.
Yes.
Bank accounts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I explained it to him not using periodic and non-periodic. I shouldn't have said that. So yes, as I told you, Mr. Kane, we will not do a wage garnishment, but we may do a bank garnishment, although it's not our practice. As I indicated, that's not our practice to do that. And we do a state tax garnishment regardless, even if you're not in default.
Okay, so sir, do you understand everything she said?
Yes, I do.
Is this going to be in the form of a consent judgment, Ms. Palmer?
It is, yes, and we have obtained permission to sign his name to that order if it conforms when it's presented to you with what I put on the record.
So, sir, it's $2,350.15, and you are agreeing to pay this according to Ms. Palmer at the rate of $200 per month, beginning June the 15th and the 15th of every month thereafter until paid in full. They will not garnish wages, but they can garnish and do reserve the right to garnish bank accounts as well as tax returns, even if you're making the payments as agreed upon. She also tells me that you are giving her permission to sign your name to the proposed consent judgment. Is all of that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any questions for me at all?
No, I do not.
Okay. I wish you well. I'll wait for the judgment and you can send it over and we're all set. Have a great day, you two. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Bye now.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Jennifer, did I call this? Oh, okay. Do I have anything else ready down there?
Your Honor, I'm waiting for plaintiff's attorneys on the 9:30s. I have all the defendants here.
Do you have the 9:30s, Jan?
It's 3 pre-trials.
Okay. Thank you. It's supposed to rain later, huh?
What was that?
Wife said it's supposed to thunderstorm or something, or storms after 6. I'll wait here and see if a lawyer pops in, Jennifer. If not, I'm gonna get off the bench here.
Okay, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any resolution?
Well, we are requesting a slightly extended discovery period of 90 days. Ms. Kitchen had filed a motion to stay on Saturday, I believe.
Motion to stay what?
Proceedings
Why?
to try and settle.
No, I can't do that, ma'am. You guys can certainly talk and continue doing what you're doing, but I'm going to give you some dates here, okay?
And
I'm
Your
gonna-
Honor, that motion was filed at 8 p.m. on Friday, so we have not processed it yet.
No, I get it. I
Okay.
get it.
I made a proposal that they rejected.
Okay.
With a stipulated order, conditional dismissal that they rejected.
Well, how much is the total claim for, Ms. Gertzberg?
Sorry, if you could just repeat that, sir. I didn't actually.
How much is the total claim for?
Minus court costs, it's $7,607.46.
And what was your offer, ma'am?
60%, 4,000.
Well, yeah, I can't force him to do that. I can't force him to do anything, but here's what I will do. I'm going to give you discovery until July 18th. Witnesses are due on June the 18th. There is going to be nobody demanded a jury trial.
Yes, they did. I did, Your Honor.
You demanded a jury trial? You gonna be able to try a jury trial on your own, ma'am?
43 years in the legal system.
Well, I know. What did you do?
The paralegal.
I know, but you never went to court, right? Look, I don't care.
I worked for Figer. I went to court.
Well, that's fine. All All right, here's what I'm doing. Give me a jury trial date, Jennifer. So I'm gonna
August.
just repeat so far. June 18th will be the witness list due date. July 18th will be the discovery cutoff date. You're going to have to submit we're gonna have a settlement conference date a month before the jury trial date, Jennifer. I'm gonna put down 1/2 day for trial. And you give me a date in early September for the trial and second or third week of August for the settlement conference.
I'm sorry, Judge, you wanted the jury when?
Early second week of September, something like that.
Okay. We can do September 11th.
Okay. At
And then-
8:30 in the morning will be the trial date.
And
The
then we
settlement
have to
conference
go,
date, just back up. We could do that on August 24th, frankly. Let's do it on August 24th.
okay,
And we'll do it at 9:30 in the morning.
9:30, okay.
And then you don't have to submit voir dire questions, but you do have to submit proposed jury instructions. And those are due not later than 14 days prior to the trial, not later than 14 days. So each of you have to submit proposed jury instructions. I will send this out. This was a credit card debt, right?
Yes.
Do you have a defense to this, ma'am?
Working on it.
What that means. Do you have one that's come to your head? I mean, do you have,
Um,
I'm just telling, listen, you know, I'm gonna keep an open mind here, obviously, but credit card debts, they're usually pretty straightforward, but that's neither here nor there. I'll set these dates up. She can file her motion for summary disposition. You guys
Yes.
can conduct discovery.
When
and
is
we'll go
the MSD date?
What's that?
When
All
is
motions
the,
for summary have to be filed and heard not later than 20 days before the trial date. So since the trial date is going to be on, you know what, Jennifer, let me see here. Yeah, that'll give you plenty of time. Discovery cutoff's July 18th, so you just have to have it filed and heard by what would that be? August the 28th?
Your Honor,
or
I was gonna say I could give July 27th at 9 if they want the SD date now.
okay,
July
27th at 9. It'll be after discovery cutoff and before our settlement conference.
So I'll just write that down, motion. I'm gonna have to work with you on this one, okay? You said July what?
27th,
At what time?
9 a.m.
At 9 a.m., okay? All right, and if you have a motion, ma'am, you can file it for summary before, so it's heard that day, or if you have another motion in the meantime, you can file that, okay? Thank you very much. Good luck. You can set the motion to stay proceedings. I'm just telling you, Ms. Kitchen, I'm not gonna be able to grant that, okay?
I understand.
We don't stay proceedings pending negotiations. So this will give you plenty of time. So if you still want me to have it heard, that's fine. I'll be glad to set that. Jennifer, why don't you just set it unless Ms. Kitchen wants to withdraw it, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Well,
Thank you very much. I'm gonna go on to these couple criminal cases real quick. Let's take, who do you have there, Miss Lieutenant?
I have Sean Johnson.
Yeah, Sean Patrick Johnson, 260-648-429. Also, I have 25R 514-397 A, B, and C. Okay, Mr. Granada, your appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Peter Granada, P78413, and my leasing counsel for Mr. Johnson.
Sir, your name? Mr. Johnson, I need your name.
Sorry, Sean Johnson.
Lieutenant, your name?
Detective Lieutenant Steve Merker, Rockwood Police.
All right, for purposes of arraignment, does he stand mute, wait formal reading?
Yes, Your
On
Honor.
the suspend, what about on these failures to pay?
Your Honor, I've I had a chance to talk to Mr. Johnson, and On the last time he was supposed to be in front of this court on April 16th, his wife went into labor that day, and he failed to contact the court to let them know that he was indisposed. He was at the hospital with his wife. I believe that she delivered the very next day. But with all that was going on, he failed to get back in touch with the court to try to reschedule that date. But that's the reason for his failure to appear. The reason that his license is suspended is the citations that were written out of Gibraltar, the stop sign, no insurance, and mobile device. As soon as those tickets are paid, he should be able to go back into the Secretary of State and get his license back. But unfortunately, Mr. Johnson has got under financial hardship right now because his wife has been off of work because of her maternity leave and without pay. And they're already in a situation where they're on EBT. I think they have a bridge card as well as some cash assistance from the state. And we would ask the court to consider, even though he had a failure to appear, if you look at his criminal history, there hasn't been anything since 2014. And again, the only reason his license is suspended was unpaid tickets. We would ask the court to set up a personal bond.
I don't think I'm going to do that for you, Mr. Johnson. Why don't you show up here? I get the fact that your wife went into labor. Did you have the baby?
Yes.
Did she have
She
the
ended up
baby
having him
healthy?
early.
Baby healthy?
He was premature and had to stay at the hospital for 2 weeks, but he's home now and doing good.
You got these tickets back in November of 25. You didn't show up for the department rep hearing. You didn't show up for the show cause. You didn't bother contacting the court on that day or subsequent thereto. Now you're in here. Again, you got a problem with me. Where do you work at?
I usually just do side jobs with my uncle.
Why aren't you working?
After I got the pulled over with the no insurance and everything, that was my mom's car, and she had just passed away right before I got pulled over, so I wasn't even aware that there was no insurance or anything. And it's like 3 weeks later, the car broke down and has since been repossessed, so I didn't have a vehicle.
You live on John R?
What's that? Sorry?
Do you live on John R Street?
John R Street, yes.
Your Honor, if personal bond is not available, we would ask the court to set as low a cash bond as possible because setting a higher bond means that in effect, based on his financial hardship, it's no bond.
Got to grow up, son. 2010% on the suspend. And I'll give you a personal bond on the Gibraltar, the Rockwood cases. We're going to set those for May the 21st. All of these will be heard on May the 21st at 10 a.m. Okay? May 21st, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
And you got to post $200. Don't make this worse than it is. If you do this again, I'm going to call Trent and have him come get you. You got it?
I understand. Thank you.
All these are going to be on May the 21 at 10. Don't make things worse for yourself, okay? If he wants a court-appointed lawyer, Lieutenant, will you have him fill out a petition for one going forward, please? May 21.
Yeah, you already did.
Thank you
You already
very
told him I'm
much.
sending the court.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Granada. All right. Do I have other ones with Trenton? I see.
There was a Trenton case in there.
Well, I know they're all with Johnson.
Yeah, close, same guy.
Okay, Detective Shapaniak, I guess you're all set, right? Or do you have something else for me?
No, Your Honor, I was just checking in, just make sure.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good day. Midland Credit versus Lee Bondernock, 2601321. Who's here for the plaintiff? This is Midland Credit versus Lee Bondernock.
Your Honor, I've not had counsel check in. I have called and left a message with the firm.
Jeez. Time is this scheduled? 9:30? LVNV Funding LLC versus Teresa Roberts, 2601897.
Good morning. Once again, Your Honor, Brian Gruen, GR OEN, P number 56673 on behalf of plaintiff LVNV Funding.
You haven't talked to the defendant, have you?
There was, I think, some type of glitch with the equipment down at the courthouse, so they could not get us talking at all.
Your name, ma'am?
Lee Bondernock.
No, not yet. I'm on another case. I'm sorry. All right. So, ma'am, I'm going to give you dates. You have to file a witness list identifying the names of all your witnesses by June the 18th. Okay. There's discovery cutoff. That's the exchange of information. I'm going to set that in this case for July the 18th. Then the trial date will be August the 24th of 26 at 10:30 in the morning. I'm putting down half an hour for trial, no settlement conference. You don't have to file a trial brief. If you choose to file it, you have to file and exchange it not later than 7 days before the trial date. So if they have something you want, you can ask for it. They have to give it to you. If you acknowledge that you owe the debt, you could go in. This is only over $647.95. You agree that you owe that debt, ma'am?
I agree, I owe it, but I don't agree on the amount.
How much do you think you owe?
My credit limit was $300, and I did previously try to make arrangements with them because.
Yeah, but what happens is you start to get late fees.
Yes, and I had.
How much do you think you owe?
Maybe like three something, but I don't think.
Maybe like three. Okay, so one thing great about math, again, there's only one right answer, right? Nobody ever passed the test saying about 300 and something. You go figure out what you owe. I'm gonna give you these dates. Doesn't make any sense to go on if you don't have a viable defense. So figure out what you owe, go back and look at what they charged you, figure out if those charges are accurate. I'll give you these dates. We'll set it for a trial. If you want to talk to Mr. Groen in the interim, you can feel free to do that, and we'll go from there, okay?
I did want to speak to him previously to try to make some kind of settlement arrangements because I am working only part-time and I do have.
If you agree that you owe the amount,
Okay.
and you guys resolve it that, you can also agree on an installment payment plan.
Okay.
And if you can't agree on the amount that you should be paying, that you can afford to pay, then you can file a motion and I'll decide. Okay? So, I mean, I would get on the phone with Mr. Groen here in the next few days, see if he can resolve it. And you guys can submit a consent judgment or a conditional dismissal, whatever you agree upon, and we can go from there. Okay?
Yes.
They're usually pretty good about, agreeing to payment plans. And if they don't, you think you can't afford what they're asking you to pay per week or per month or bi-weekly, then you file a motion and I'll decide. Okay? All right. Any questions? We'll send the pretrial order out here. You get it the next week. Okay? Good luck. So there it is.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mr. Groen. Midland Credit versus Lee Bondernock. Is the lawyer not here still?
No, Your Honor, we're trying to make a second phone call, but we're not getting any answer at the office.
Lake Trust Credit versus John Andrew Jancy and Barbara Joe Jancy, 2600737.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrew Galster, P 52839 on behalf of Lake Trust Credit Union.
All right. And where is Mr. Jancy?
Can you hear me, sir? I'm here with my wife, Barb.
Oh, I'm sorry. I could see you there now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My apologies. Mr. Galster, you are the third?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, P number 52839. Okay. Tell me your name again, Mr. Jancy.
John Andrew Jancy.
Ma'am, your name?
Barbara Joe Jancy.
All right, so he thinks that you owe his client $22,607, 667.16, 22,667.16. Do you owe that amount?
I don't think so, sir.
How much do you owe?
That I don't know until I get discovery completed. My fundamental question on what I owe concerns reasonableness on the auction of the motorcycle and the timing and the process and procedures that they followed to dispose of that asset.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Same thing. Witness lists are due by June the 18th. I'm going to put down 1/2 hour for trial. That will occur on August the 24th. It's 10:30. You have until July the 18th to conduct discovery. That is the exchange of information. So you have to file your witness list by June 18th. You have until July 18th to conduct discovery. You do not have to file a trial brief. If you choose to file one, you have to file and exchange it not later than 7 days before the trial date. Nobody demanded a jury trial here, right?
No.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to give you these dates. You can conduct your discovery. We'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Yes, sir. Will I get the dates like in an email or a letter or whatever?
Yeah, I'm gonna sign a pretrial order. We got quite a few of these today and we're busy, but you should have it without a doubt in the next week.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Okay,
sir.
and it'll have all those dates and make sure you read it carefully. All motions for summary disposition have to be filed and heard not later than 20 days before the trial date. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Have a
Thank you.
great day. Thank you
Okay.
very much,
Your
Good
Honor.
luck, folks.
Bye-bye. Thank
Thanks. Here you go, Wes. I got Nichols and Ebert versus Samantha Duclos, 2601530. Where do I have Nichols and Ebert or Samantha Duclos?
Judge, they are still in a breakout room. You want me to bring them in?
No. Creekside versus Alice Bester, 2601611.
Judge, they're still in a breakout room as well.
Meadowlands and Lore. Meadowlands versus Noah Lore and Heather Lore, 2601738.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Bears of Salem on behalf of plaintiff.
Good morning. Your name is Lore?
Heather Lore.
So I don't know if it's your husband or what have you. Is Noah your husband?
No, he's my son. He's working. He has a really hard time getting out of work on his schedule.
All right, he was not here last time, and I did say he had to be here. What do you want to do? What are you guys doing on this one? What are you doing on this, Ms. Salem?
Your Honor, we did come to an agreement for a consent judgment. I can put the numbers on the record.
Okay, and it would have to be a default versus Noah, okay?
Correct.
Go ahead.
Rent is $3,129.93. Late fees are $80, and that's 2 months of late fees at $40 each. Court costs are $238.43 for a grand total of $3,448.36 to be paid on or before May 28th.
All right, ma'am, do you understand and agree to those terms?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree that you owe $3,408.36?
Yes, sir.
You understand you have to pay up that amount by May 28th. If you don't, you have to vacate. If you don't do either one of those, then you're going to be evicted. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have 3 business days since you're unrepresented by a lawyer to come in here and fill out a motion to set aside the judgment. You also had 10 days to appeal this. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions for me at all?
I do not.
Does Ms. Salem have your permission to sign your name to this proposed consent judgment?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you send that over, and again, it's a default versus Noah, consent versus Heather, and I will sign that. I wish you well, ma'am. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
I'm not sure if it was just my phone breaking up, but the grand total was $3,448.36. I think I
Oh.
heard 3408, but it's 3448.
That's fine. You agree to that, Ms. Laura?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're all set. You can send that over. Thank you very much. Good luck to you guys. Good luck, Ms. Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Your Honor. All right, have a good one.
Creekside Investor are still in there, and Duclos and Nichols, right? How about, LVNV versus Schmidtke? Carly
Your Honor,
Schmidt.
Ms. Schmidtke is in the courtroom. This is a transfer case. I've not
Yeah, I
had
see
anyone
that.
check in yet on
It should be
Zoom.
Mr. Groen. Is Mr. Groen still out there? Or maybe he didn't
He
know
is
this.
not, but he may not be who handles matters for the 27th District Court.
Your
Would
Honor,
you-
I'm actually here, Lisa Schneider,
Oh,
covering
okay.
for Stanger.
Okay,
who's
let
the
me call
attorney.
that case. LVMV Funding LLC versus Carly Schmidtke. This is file number 2600660. I'm sitting as a 27th district judge on this. Ma'am, your name?
My name is Carly Schmidtke.
All right, Ms. Schneider, your name again?
Lisa Schneider on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, so it looks like Judge DeSanto disqualified, I believe, and this was reassigned here. And this is the date scheduled for a pretrial. Did you two talk, Ms. Schneider, you and Ms. Schmidtke?
No, we did not.
Do you agree that you owe this amount that they claim, ma'am?
I do agree. However, I was not properly served.
Why weren't you properly served?
Nobody came to my door and gave me a summons and complaints.
How did you find out about this?
Well, it's a unique circumstance. I actually work for Judge DeSanto. I am a civil clerk. Therefore, I found out about the case by looking at the queue on my file.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess you could file a motion to quash the summons and complaint, but you appeared here, you're really submitting to the jurisdiction of the court. There's not really a reason to drag this on. If you know what I'm saying? And if you want to go into a breakout room and talk with Ms. Schneider, do we have proof of service here, Jennifer? I don't have
Your
it in my
Honor,
book.
all I received was the notification of the removal. Yeah, the DQ. And I emailed over to 27th and asked if we needed a pretrial, and I was told yes. So that's why one was set. We were never, I didn't receive any answer, proof of service from the 27th. So I just posed the question to them what we needed to do once it was disqualified.
Do you want to talk to Ms. Schneider, see if you can work something out?
I would like to, yes.
Can we get that computer going, John? Was there an issue?
I don't know what the issue was with the, I'll talk to Will and see what the issue.
Okay, let's have you, Ms. Schneider, why don't you try to talk to her? We'll take
Okay.
her to a computer and put you guys in a breakout room, okay?
Sounds
All
good.
right, so you can go with my court officer. Thank you. Now, do I have Midland Credit versus Lee Bond or not? This is 2601321.
Your Honor, we've made 2 phone calls, left 2 messages, and still have no one from plaintiff's office that has checked in.
Ms. Bondernock, you can unmute and tell me your name. You have to unmute, bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Apologies, Your Honor. Lee
That's
Bondernock.
Okay, listen, here's the problem. They didn't show up. Now, I can dismiss it, but they're going to file a motion to reinstate the case. I don't know why they're not here. We called them twice. They should be here. It's very surprising to me that this happens, but the lawyers didn't show up. I can either adjourn this 2 or 3 weeks, or if you want, I'll dismiss it. I'll dismiss it without prejudice, and they'll be able to file a motion to set aside the dismissal, which I'll likely grant, barring them intentionally not showing up.
Your Honor, I talked to Mr. Henry Watts on May 5th, and we came to an agreement. I submitted a letter to the court in lieu of the
the notice to appear. And we've agreed on a payment schedule, and my first payment was actually made on Friday.
I hate that. Why didn't they send us anything? They didn't send us anything, Jen?
No, Your Honor, I checked the box multiple times today to
I'm gonna
see what.
reschedule this for June the 1st. If they don't show up, I'm gonna dismiss the case. You can convey that to them. 8:30 in the morning, June the 1st, okay? So
Okay,
that's what
thank
I'm
you.
doing. They gotta at least tell us. Just common courtesy in the profession, you know what I mean? I don't need clerks
Right.
having to spend time calling lawyers and begging them to show up, but it happens more than I can imagine, more than I ever dreamed of. But at any rate, that's what I'm gonna do. If they don't show up June 1, I will dismiss the case. Thank you. Creekside versus Alice Bester, file number 26016111.
Shit.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jennifer Werbling appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in this matter.
Where is Alice Bester? There you are. Good morning, ma'am. Your name?
Good morning. My name is Alice Bester.
So we adjourned this a couple times, Ms. Werbling. We had it, we were in here on April the 20th, and then it got adjourned to May the 4th, and then we adjourned it again. I don't know if she was applying for funding. Did you apply for funding, Ms. Bester?
Yes, I did apply for funding, but everything was denied because I didn't have anything with the current amount that's due. But I talked to the lawyer and she said that with this judgment, I should be able to get funding.
Oh my
Well,
God.
they're not supposed to need a judgment. They don't need a judgment. The summons and complaint are sufficient. I don't know why we get that word sent back to us because it's just not accurate. Ms. Werbling, what do you want to do?
Well, Alice, I read what was owed and she indicated she was in agreement to either pay by money order by 5/20, by on or before 5/28, or she was going to leave.
All right, you want to give me the breakdown?
Sure. The rent to retain was $4,889.73, and then court costs were $191.07, and the total is $5,080.80.
All right, so did you two talk about a consent judgment or a conditional dismissal? Which was it?
We talked about a consent judgment.
So, ma'am, she tells me that you agree that you owe $5,080.88. Is that true?
That's true.
Do you understand you would have to pay this on or before the 28th of May or vacate? If you do neither one of those things, then you're going to be evicted. They're going to submit an application for a writ. I'm going to sign it and you'd be evicted. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You agree to all those terms?
Yes, I do.
Does she have your permission to sign your name to the proposed consent judgment?
Yes.
Since you're unrepresented by a lawyer, you have 3 business days to come in here and fill out a motion to set aside the judgment. You have 10 days to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You fully understand everything?
Yes.
Any questions at all?
No questions.
Okay, Ms. Werbling, you can submit your judgment. Have a great day, you two.
Thank you,
very
Your Honor.
much.
Have a good day.
Do I have Nichols and Ebert, PC versus Samantha Duclos?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lampkin. Your appearance?
Brent Lampkin on behalf of Nichols and Ebert, PC.
Ma'am, your name?
Samantha Duclos.
Any resolution?
Not yet. I know we have discussed the potential of settlement, but I left it with Ms. Duclos, and I have not heard back from her since we last spoke about settlement. So
Ma'am?
No, Your Honor, we haven't. He offered.
I don't need to know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I don't really need to know what he offered. Are you close to accepting it or not?
I am not able to accept the conditions.
And because you don't owe the debt or because you can't afford to pay at the rate he wants you to?
The latter, yes, Your Honor.
So here's what could happen today. If you agree, and I don't care what you do. I can give you dates, we can set it for trial. But if you agree that you owe the debt, it doesn't make any sense to fight it. And there's 2 prongs of every lawsuit, essentially. 1 is whether or not the debt is owed, and 2 is ability to pay. So if you guys wanted to agree to a consent judgment on the total amount or whatever it is, including costs and attorney fees, I'll be happy to swear you to an oath today, and I'll determine how much you can afford to pay on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does, Your Honor.
Do you want to do that, or you want to set it for trial?
My concern was the amount as well. I did question it with them, and that was where everything kind of started to happen. I questioned the amount with Mr. Eberth, who was my attorney at the time. And he said he would look everything over and get back to me. And that's kind of where we left that. So I didn't get a settlement offer from him.
Can I interject here? I want to bring
Of course.
something up with you. Mr. Eberth is on our court management council.
Okay.
They pass budgets. He's the treasurer of Brownstown. I know Mr. Eberth. I want to disclose that it's not going to make one difference to me as to whether or not it's Mike Eberth or whoever else in the world. I'm not going to treat him worse. I'm not going to treat him better. I'm not going to treat you worse. I'm not going to treat you better, but I want to disclose that. And if you have any questions regarding my relationship with him, you can ask me questions.
Okay.
Do you want to ask me any questions?
No, I have absolutely no issues with Mr. Eberth. He was a great attorney.
No, I just want to make sure that you don't have a problem with me handling the case, ma'am.
No, if there's no biases, I have no issues.
Okay. Okay, so tell me how far you guys are apart. Maybe I can help you. If I can't, I shouldn't really be getting involved in settlement negotiations a lot on a bench trial. To be honest with you, I don't do it. But if you guys are real close, maybe I can help. If not, fine. I'll just set it for trial. Do you agree that he did the work that he's charged you for?
I was not sure of that aspect of it. I was concerned that in 2 months, my balance had accumulated almost $7,000. So I was just like caught off guard with that. And so when I
Divorce
reached
is
out,
finalized now, right, ma'am?
yes,
Were there
everything's done.
children?
Yes, there were children.
Okay. But I mean, do you have any questions about whether or not he did the work?
We're happy to try the case, Your Honor, if she wants to do that. And we'll stand by our work. Mr. Eberth will testify. There's also was communication with her a year ago about resolving the balance, and she was supposed to get back to him. He has text messages that he supplied to me and I gave to her to prove that he was in communication with her. She probably just can't afford to pay it. So now she's questioning the charges, and I understand that position, but we're happy to just present that to the court if she just.
So, ma'am, it really is very simple. You can either tell me, Judge, I just want to go to trial. I want them to prove what the fees were, that they were reasonable and necessary to the handling of my case. Or you can say, you know what, I agree with the amount that they're seeking, and I want to just cover the issue of an installment payment order. It's up to you. I don't want to put you into bankruptcy, but they do have the right to have their money paid.
Right.
And so you tell me what you want. It's entirely up to you.
My only concern was the large increase, and it caught me off guard. And I actually reached out to Mr. Eberth first.
Ma'am, if you don't want to settle this, you don't have to settle this. I can just set it for trial if that's what you guys want me to do. It does not matter to me. I'm not trying to pressure you into settling, not settling. I could care less. So I can't resolve that right now. If you think there's an issue that maybe you were overcharged, we'll just set it for trial. If you want discovery, that is the exchange of information, I'll be happy to give you dates on that. Whatever you guys want to do, it's up to you.
Well, I was looking for more of a settlement amount because I can't afford to pay the rate he was asking for.
Well, you signed a retainer agreement at that though, right? Did you not sign a retainer agreement?
I did.
You had to think about that before you sign the agreement. I mean, I know lawyers are expensive, but there's a lot of hidden costs. You know, they're paying secretaries and all these other, office rent, malpractice insurance, postage, phone bills, you name it. There's a lot to that, but.
And Your Honor, this was not a simple matter. It got very complicated, and there were they had reconciled at one point, refiled again, had a pretty extensive mediation. There's a lot of things that we would be presenting.
How much was his total fee?
Yes.
How much was his total fee?
Oh, his total fee. I don't know that offhand. I do know the outstanding balance, but which is over $9,000 at this point. It is.
Was there a lot of court hearings regarding maybe custody issues or something similar, ma'am?
The final two invoices were for mediation. We had mediation one time and that was the 6,400.
Yeah,
that's why I was
mediation's
caught off
expensive.
guard.
They're paying mediators, they're paying the lawyers. How much did the lawyer get paid? Do you know, that mediated the case?
We paid the mediator on our own.
Okay. How many hours did he include for mediation, Mr. Eberth or his partner or whoever?
I believe it was 2.5 hours, 3 hours around there.
Oh, that's not much.
But he and I paid the mediator directly. I didn't have Mr. Eberth pay the mediator.
As Your Honor probably knows, it's not just the attending mediation and showing up for a couple hours to talk.
Preparing for it.
Lots of that. And there's lots of communication in the we send out monthly statements, Your Honor, that detail everything that we're doing on a file. And she would receive these every single month. And
you tell me what you want to do, ma'am. Do you want me just to set it for trial?
I don't personally want to go to trial, but I cannot afford the terms that he was looking for. I can't afford the monthly rate he was asking.
So that's why I said I would come in. If you agree that you owe the debt, you two can agree to a consent judgment in that amount. I can have a hearing right now for installment payments. I will ask you questions. You can testify. He will ask you questions. I'll determine how much you can afford to pay on either a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly level, or installment payment plan. And if that's fine, we'll continue that now. If not, I'll just set it for trial. Whatever you want. I mean, you can't just say to me, Judge, it's too much money. You're not giving me a reason to say he overcharged you. You're not giving me a reason to say anything about the installment payment order because I don't know anything about it. I don't know how much you make. I don't know where you work. I don't know how many expenses you have. So let's take one thing at a time. Do you want a trial or do you want to settle at the rate that Mr. Lampkin agreed to? And I'm talking about the amount that he agreed now, not the installment payment amount.
Okay.
I can handle that separately.
I think I was just in the mental space of Mr. Eberth coming to me with a settlement amount because of the amount. So accepting the amount is difficult.
I'll just set it for trial. Do you guys want discovery or not?
Short period. I don't know that we need much, but maybe it might help to know some more financial information for that portion of the trial regarding ability to pay once we determine what the balance will be.
Give you guys until July 18th to conduct discovery. There will be no ADR. Witness lists in this case are due on June the 18th. Nobody demanded a jury trial, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to set the trial again for August the 24th, and that'll be at 10:30 in the morning. At 10:30 in the morning. Nobody has to file a trial brief. If you choose to file one, you have to file and exchange it not later than 7 days before the trial date. No voir dire questions, no jury instruction questions. I think that should cover it. Let me just see here. Seven, two. Do you have any questions of me, ma'am? I'm gonna send out this pretrial order. You guys should have it the next week.
Yes, Your Honor. What was the July 18th date? What was that?
That's the discovery cutoff. If you want to conduct discovery, you have until July 18th. So if they have documents you might want to see that would bolster your case or defeat their case for attorney fees, then you can go ahead and submit that, whether it's discovery for documents, interrogatories, depositions. It does not matter, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you both. Thank you very much. City of Dearborn versus Irvin LeBlanc.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
2505282. And I want that other case here with Ms. Schneider and the defendant on that one, if you can, Teresa Roberts, or whoever that was. Might have been Teresa Roberts. Your name?
Christina Hawkins.
Sir.
6 months.
All right, give me 1 second here. This is here for trial? You ready for trial?
We came to an agreement.
Your name, sir?
Irvin LeBlanc.
Okay, what is the agreement?
We agreed to conditional dismissal, and making payments of $100 a month beginning on June 30th, 2026.
And how much is the total amount of the judgment?
$978.03.
That's the total amount including costs
Yes.
and attorney fees?
Yes.
All right, so sir, she tells me, is this a conditional dismissal? Do you understand that she's telling me that the case will be dismissed? And that according to the terms of the conditional dismissal, you're agreeing to pay $978.03 at the rate of $100 per month, beginning June the 30th and the 30th of every month thereafter until paid in full. Do you agree to those terms?
I agree to those things.
All right. And does she have your permission to sign your name to that proposed condition?
Yes.
Okay. And does that have all the terms set forth?
Yeah.
Do you want to hand that up? Okay. Do you have any questions before I sign that, sir?
There's one thing I didn't ask her. So the insurance company is billed with a different amount. So you'll just send me the matter.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. You're all set. You can go down the hall and they'll give you a copy, both. Thank you very much. Where's Miss Schmidtke's?
That.
All right, come on up here, ma'am. LVNV versus Carly Schmidtke, 2600660. All right, Ms. Schneider, your appearance
Lisa Schneider on behalf of the plaintiff.
and your name.
Carly Schmidtke.
Any resolution?
No, Your Honor. This is a very, it's a small balance case, but the defendant is still arguing the service of process issue.
It has nothing to do with anything at this point. You showed up. You're not gonna get dismissed on a technicality like that. You're here.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
If you think you owe the debt, it doesn't make any sense to prolong it.
See that.
So you want to agree to a judgment and we can set up a payment plan for you?
I would like to do a motion for installment payments.
You don't need to do that. We can do all that verbally. I can handle that right today. I can swear you to an oath. And then you'll tell me what kind of debts you have, what kind of income you have, and I'll be happy to rule on that.
Okay, we can proceed with that.
So you want to consent to the judgment in the favor of the plaintiff and against you in the requested amount of $652.78 plus costs and attorney fees?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to give me that breakdown now, Ms. Schneider?
The 652.78. I'm not certain what the court fees are.
You got a $55 filing fee.
I do have the process server fee.
How much is that?
That is, 1 second. I apologize. I am trying to get that.
Do you know how much it is, Jennifer? I don't have that on this sheet.
Your Honor, I don't have any of that because it's not our case.
Oh,
I
that's
don't have
right.
access to their M file.
I have it. I have it. I'm just trying
Right.
to pull it up. It's just giving me difficulty pulling it up. It is $47.96.
So you have 102.96 in fees. Are you collecting the, you asking for the statutory attorney fee?
Yes.
And your principal sum is $652.78. So it should be $755.74 plus the $75. It should be $830.74 is the total amount. Do you agree to that?
Yes.
Does she have your permission to sign your name to a consent judgment indicating that you're going to pay $830.74? And then I'll conduct the installment payment hearing now, and we'll put that on a separate document. Is that,
Yes.
you agree to that?
I agree.
And you agree that you owe the $830.74?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to sign her name to a consent judgment, and you're going to waive the notice requirement on the motion, correct, Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth self you got?
I do.
Okay, ma'am, where do you work? You work at the 27th District Court?
Correct.
Are you full or part-time?
Full time.
How much is your salary there?
18 hourly, 40 hours a week. Net income after taxes about 1,000 bi-weekly.
All right, so you make $18 an hour, you work 40 hours a week. You're saying your net every week, every 2 weeks is about 1,000.
Correct.
Do you have any children?
No.
Are you married?
No.
How much do you think you can afford to pay in whatever increments?
Honestly, with everything going on right now, I have student loan payments that are pretty high as well. I know that doesn't really matter for the record, but that's what's eating up most of my income.
How much you pay in your student loans?
Well, I pay about 500 right now.
Per month?
Yes.
And do you have a car payment?
No.
Do you own or rent?
I live with somebody.
You pay any rent?
I pay groceries.
How much do you spend in groceries?
About 300.
Per month?
Yes.
All right, so you got 500 plus 300, you got 800, you're making 2,000 net per month. What other bills do you have?
I have my finances aren't really that great. I have like cash advance loans that I pay and personal loans that I pay. And that eats.
How much of that do you pay per month?
For right now, 500 a month.
All right, so you got, all right, what other bills?
Internet, 15 a month.
$15?
Yes.
How do you get $15 a month?
There's a special program.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I have.
You have electric, do you have to pay any electrical?
No, I don't pay electric or anything.
You sure get to fill your tank of gas, right? Which city do you live in?
I live in Wyandotte.
So you don't live far from the courthouse, which is good, meaning you don't have to drive far.
Correct.
All right, what else? How much do you think you can afford to pay monthly?
I would like to do $50 a month starting in July.
What's your position on that, Ms. Schneider?
Your Honor, I was looking for a 10-month payoff, so it would be like 80, I guess 83 a month.
Can you pay $65 per month starting July the 1st?
Yes.
I'm gonna order that, 65 per month, beginning July the 1st. Will you submit an order to me on both of those fronts? You can put the consent judgment separate, then the order for installment payments. You have to stay up with those, okay? And you understand, even if you're making those payments, I'm just telling you, they could garnish wages. I mean, not wages, but bank accounts and tax returns. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Not direct.
She'll submit the orders and you're all set, and I wish you well. Best of luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Do I have Anthony Hall and top
Ms.
speed?
Schneider, Judge, if I may, Ms. Schneider, if you'd like to email those to me, being this is not our case, you can't upload them to M file.
Oh, good idea. Okay,
instead of sending them to the Wyandotte and then having them sent over. Jen at 33court.com.
Where are these?
that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Anthony Hall versus Top Speed Performance and Repair. And then I have a counterclaim, Top Speed Performance and Repair versus Anthony Hall. Your name? What's your name, ma'am?
Amber.
Amber what?
Smith.
What is your relationship with Mr. Hall? All right, congratulations. Did you talk to these guys?
Yeah, they were supposed to be here today, but they're on Zoom.
Why are they on Zoom?
I'm on Zoom because currently myself and my son are recovering from being sick. I didn't want to come in and risk getting anyone else sick.
I thought I told you guys you had to be here in person. Didn't I say that? Am I wrong?
I actually have on a sticky note when I went to go and submit the copies of my forms that day. I believe it was one of your clerks that gave me the Zoom meeting and said that it was okay that I did by Zoom as well.
Did it?
I'm sorry.
I wrote in person. I don't write in person unless I tell them you have to come in person.
Oh, I do have the sticky note in her handwriting.
I don't care what she said. I'm telling you what I said, and I said in person. I didn't say you could appear by Zoom. If I'd have said Zoom, you could appear by Zoom, I would have written it down. So you're sick with what?
The flu. Didn't know. Just didn't want to be super contagious around anybody. And, you know, plus Bobby Kelly.
And you are here for Top Speed Performance?
I am. I'm the owner.
And you were here before, right?
I was. Yes, I was there in person.
Didn't you have somebody else with you?
I did. He was unable to come today. For what reasons?
Did you bring who you
Unbeknownst to me.
guys need to bring to prove your case? I mean, listen to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Who?
Right here.
Well, wait a minute. Slow down a second. Is she a licensed mechanic?
No, but she talked to him on the phone. So she can tell you what he said to her.
Did you? Hang on. Hang on. So he didn't swap out all the components?
So what happened is.
Just tell me briefly, because I don't even know if I'm going to.
That's what I was paying him to do to swap.
How much did you pay him?
I ain't paying anything yet, but he was supposed to get $5,000. But he did not do the job.
Why are you suing him for $7,000 if he did something?
I gave him two motors. One motor was a fully built bottom with some heads that we sit on. Another motor came out of my copper.
All right, hang on a second. Hang on. Did you call the court and tell us you were sick this morning?
I tried to get through, but I couldn't. I could not. I didn't know what extension to call.
Who'd you call?
I called Woodhaven. I just Googled Woodhaven District Court and tried to get through and couldn't get it through.
What do you mean? At what time?
It was 9 o'clock this morning. If need be, Judge, I have no problem. If you're okay with adjourning for a week or so, I'll come in person.
Mr. Kelly, here's the problem. I made these people come in here in person. They drove from Detroit. We have.
I live in Dearborn Heights myself.
Gosh, why do people think? I don't know why. It was to say, please interrupt me before.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Kelly. There's no way that we blocked your phone.
Oh, I'm not stating that.
Look, don't. You didn't call at 9 o'clock. Don't make it sound like you're trying to get through to the White House here. We answer the phones. You tell me what phone number you called. You put it up there right now. You called on your cell phone, right?
No, I called from my wife's phone.
All right, go get her phone, and I'll take a look at it.
She's not currently here.
You didn't call, did you, Mr. Kelly?
I did, Your Honor. I did.
Who'd you talk to?
I didn't talk to anyone.
What number did you call?
I would have to Google it. Like I said, I Googled the phone number.
You have your phone?
Yes.
Why don't you right now go online and call your wife? Well, I'll stay right here. Call your wife and find out what phone number she called, or you called on her phone number. She can read it back to you, right? We all want to do that. Right?
Okay.
You didn't call, did you, Mr. Kelly?
I did call, Your Honor.
You did, but we just didn't answer the phone?
Well, I don't know what it was. I'm an Android person. I have an iPhone now. And every time I try to make a call, it's blank. I call back, there's no sound.
Did
So
the
that's
phone
my
ring?
issue.
Did the phone ring?
It did not ring. It was just silent.
We didn't have any problem with our phones this morning, did we?
I don't think it was a
Jennifer?
problem with your side. I think it's my
No,
side.
Your Honor, not that I'm
You
aware
didn't
of.
call, did you, Mr. Kelly?
Your Honor, I did call.
Do I have to have you call your wife while I'm on here and find out whether or not you called?
I mean, my wife can, if you need be. But what I'm saying, Your Honor, is like I said, if you want to, if this is a thing, we can. I don't have a problem adjourning and coming in.
Adjourn it for you for 2 weeks, and you're going to pay them costs. You pay him costs of $150 because you should have at least called where we could have called him and told him, and then he wouldn't have to drive from Detroit. I wouldn't want to drive from Detroit or Monroe or any other place that's a half an hour away. That's an hour portal to portal. Why would he want to waste his time doing that?
Well, if I wasn't sick, I'd have been there. You know,
Sure.
I'm not this.
Sir. Case adjourned 2 weeks. Defendant to pay $150 in costs to plaintiff at his address at 10426 Aurora in Detroit. That's it, right? Right? 48204. You're going to send it there. You have that address?
I do. I have it. If it's accurate on his paperwork, I have that.
We're going to send it by May the 27th. He needs to receive it by May the 27th. We'll reset this for June the 1st, Jen?
Yes, Your Honor, at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. Okay?
Okay, check okay?
Yeah, check's okay. Just make sure it clears. If not, that's a crime.
In this chaotic courtroom session, a judge spends the entire morning juggling unpaid debts, missing attorneys, technical glitches, and defendants desperately trying to avoid garnishments and judgments. One woman agrees to pay over $5,500 in monthly installments after being sued by an insurance company. Another defendant negotiates a consent judgment on a credit card debt, while the judge carefully explains that even with payments, bank accounts and tax returns can still be garnished. They will not garnish wages, but they can garnish bank accounts. The courtroom becomes even more chaotic when lawyers repeatedly fail to appear for scheduled hearings. At one point, the judge openly vents frustration about large debt settlement firms constantly missing court appearances and delaying cases. They can't just not show up. Meanwhile, another woman tells the judge she has been hospitalized for nearly 2 weeks and needs more time to hire a lawyer before trial. Instead of pushing the case forward immediately, the judge grants an adjournment and warns her the case will be difficult without legal representation. I'd suggest you get a lawyer here. The hearing then shifts into a tense argument involving a woman fighting a credit card lawsuit while demanding a jury trial. The judge questions whether she truly has a legal defense or is simply trying to delay the case. Credit card debts are usually pretty straightforward. As the morning continues, defendants scramble to negotiate settlements, avoid default judgments, and work out payment plans before creditors begin garnishing wages, tax refunds, and bank accounts. By the end of the session, one thing becomes clear. Civil court is less about dramatic yelling and more about ordinary people trying to survive mounting debt, legal paperwork, and financial pressure before things spiral completely out of control. Do you think debt collection lawsuits give people enough opportunity to realistically pay off what they owe? Like and subscribe for more real courtroom moments.